For me, when I chose that song, especially Seven Nation Army, Highway to Hell, and Kings and Queens, I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to involve the audience as well. To be, after all, like I said, it's a performing sport. So to get them pumped up a little bit, more excited, because like you say, a lot of skaters use more classical or more gentle music, the usual, the usual skating music. It's nice to change it up a little bit. Gets them a little bit more interested, especially the younger generation. I find that if we use music that can relate to them a little bit more, we're gonna get more audiences. People are gonna be more interested in the sport, and also just to change it up for the judges a little bit, because they sit there for the whole day listening to similar or that kind of genre of music. Give them something a little bit more to wake up, and just have fun. For me, honestly, that program was just to engage with the audience, have fun, let everybody be a part of the performance. So for me, the thing about myself coming from Malaysia, it's because we're from a smaller nation of figure skating. We're not as well known, right? So there's always this indirect stereotype that this skater from Kampong, how he know how to skate. So for me, is to make something unique, so people will remember, and then from there hopefully build up the name for the country as well. That this skater from Malaysia, then maybe Malaysia becomes a little bit more well versed with the sport. People think there are skaters from Malaysia. So I needed something unique. I needed something different, and because an exhibition, you can do whatever you want, right? It's a show program, so I figured, okay, I needed some props to work with, right? Make it a little bit more interesting, interact with some people, this and that. And then I thought, you know what? I need to find some music that that is a little bit more upbeat as well, right? That's why I chose Fireball. And at the same time, I'm thinking, what can I do that people hasn't done before? Like we have famous skaters like Kurt Browning who did Singing in the Rain, so he had an umbrella. And then some people use chairs, some people use table. So I'm thinking, what is something that I can use that is easy to find everywhere I go? And for me, and then I saw in Sunway we had this, when I started skating, we had this one janitor there, right? Super nice guy. Ironically, he's from Bangladesh, and he on his day off he would come back and skate, right? So I thought, oh, that's quite cool. Maybe let's try to be a janitor, because he was really funny. He looked like the Bangladeshi version of Mr. Bean. So he was funny guy. So I was like, okay, let's try it out. Let's see if I can make something out as a janitor, and then it happened. Oh yeah, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of time, and of course financially. Every sport is different, but I think at any sport, when you go up to the world level and Olympic level, it's gonna cost. And I'm not saying if you don't have money you can't do it. There's always ways to do that. But I think for athletes, what's very important is you have to, number one, you have to enjoy what you do. If you don't like it, deep down inside, there's no point, because you're forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do. You yourself as an athlete have to realize that this is what you want to do. Then that's the first thing that sets your motor going to keep yourself pushing. And then, should you be the one who wants to do it, it's important for you to know what your goal is. Every athlete has a different goal. Some only want to do it for fun to a certain stage. Some want to get to the Olympics. Some want to be world champions. Figure out what your goal is. Again, coming back to, is it realistic? Is it possible? If not, start small first, right? And then, for example, if you want to be an Olympian, awesome, great. Figure out how you can be one. Because there's a lot of qualifications, there are a lot of things that you have to go through in order to make it to the Olympic team or to be selected to go for the Olympics. If you don't know how that works, then you're already lost, because that's the pathway that you have to follow, right? If there are certain requirements that you have to do, figure that out, get yourself started as soon as you can, so that you're already on that path. So that's, I think, very important for a lot of athletes, knowing your path. right? Because a lot of us, we do it, but then by the time we find out how to get there, it's too late, right? So understanding the road there, and then for parents, the thing is, they are the driving force behind the athletes. If they want their kid to go far, then either you commit to it or you don't, right? It's a big thing to ask. Some parents will try their best, and sometimes it might not work out, but at least they tried. They gave it their all. And then some parents are totally like against sports and all that. Then it's better off the parent talk to the kids and say, this is how we feel, this is how it is. So there's no mixed signals, let's put it this way. The kid knows what they're getting into as well. So it's not so like, you don't feel the impact as hard when you find out later on that your parents actually don't want you to do this, right? Yeah, give them a heads up first, so then they can figure out, okay, do I have to work to pay for my training, or maybe I can do this one, because there's a lot of athletes around the world who are actually working to pay for their training. Like for myself as well, when I came here, I need to work as well to keep myself living here. It's just in Malaysia, a lot of us are very fortunate. Parents are always there to help us. So and there are some cases that some are less fortunate. That's how it is. A lot of things have changed, that's for sure, especially at the start of this pandemic. When nobody knew what was going on, we just received notice, 2 days, we're going to close down, that's it, close. And at that point, I think the first 2 weeks, it's quite nice actually. Time to relax, time to chill, take a break. But then after 2 weeks, it's like, okay, we need to get something going. And that's when we sort of come up with a temporary plan. Okay, some training off the ice, we do Zoom training, and just try to make the best out of the situation. And then after, I think 3 months or so, 3.5 months, the government started to say, okay, we can slowly start to open back up, this and that. And in Canada, skating was actually very lucky. It was one of the first few things that opened up, specifically figure skating. So with that, then we started to get back on the ice. And then obviously the hours are limited, not as much as usual, so we still carried on with our off-ice training. And then we just got on and on, then it slowly increased a little bit more, and up to today it's still limited, but we make the best out of it. And like I said, we do a lot more off-ice training and just different supplemental training as well. No, actually I live with so I rent from my coach as well, which is great. So it's easy to stay in touch. Cooking, basically I cook for myself. We can put it this way, that I'm living for my own, but I enjoy cooking, so that's not a problem for me. Yeah. You know what? Honestly, I don't really feel too homesick. I think maybe it's because I'm so used to always leaving back and forth, and I know I will always come back. So I don't really feel that I want to go home now. Food-wise, yes, I'm always craving a good nasi lemak or Hokkien mee, So the best I can do is make my own. I've come to learn, I think, no point going to a Malaysian restaurant here, because they all cannot make it. Yeah, cannot make it. So no. It's like Canadian style already, cannot. So the best is go to the Asian grocer, buy whatever you can get, and make your own. Yeah. Then you can adjust whatever extra flavor you want. Yeah. So important to learn how to cook Malaysian food for those who are going overseas. Because your best bet, unless you go to Australia, then different story. That one, there's more Malaysians than Australian, so that's fine. Tough question. Oh man, honestly, whatever I can get my hands on at this point. Nasi lemak is good. Wanton mee, ban mee, chili ban mee. Chili ban mee, Hokkien mee. I mean, I can get roti canai here, so it's not too bad. The frozen one, so But still, I think like Maggi goreng and the mama is something you cannot find anywhere else. So basically, honestly, whatever I can get, I will be happy. But first of all, when I get back, I have to endure my 14 days quarantine with whatever food they feed me lah. So that one I got no choice. Whatever they give me, I eat only lah. That's fine. Beggars can't be choosers. Now I'm throwing back the questions at you. Okay, so I saw your YouTube channel and all that. So you're into baseball, no?
I am a player, like I actually made the Sunway team for baseball like last year.
Nice.
Yeah, so
That's nice.
so basically I'm just a baseball player and I'm trying to grow the sport. Like I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
same for you, trying to grow figure skating.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's good. That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what? There's not too many baseball in Malaysia. What I find.
yeah, it's a
Honestly, the first time I've seen baseball was here
oh.
in Canada, like a match,
and
and it was Toronto Blue Jays.
yeah.
Not the best, but
Not bad.
not the best, but you know what? Well, since I'm in Toronto, I have to just support. But yeah, it's honest. But you know what? I think, personally, I find what a lot of people don't know about is how it works. And that's, I think, one thing that a lot of us can understand more than we understand the sport. It's like, like football, futsal. You get the ball into this goal. That's
Over.
it, it's as simple as that. Yeah. Whereas baseball, first base and all that.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Some people might not really get it, so it's good that if you're able to break it down and get them to understand, I think that will help a lot.
Yeah, and like for smaller sports like baseball and figure skating, like C grade sports, it's like a bit more difficult for us because we don't get like a lot of funding, right?
Oh yeah, zero funding.
Zero,
No
yeah,
funding,
literally
so
zero.
a lot of it is just spreading awareness to get people. Like I said, skating as well, when we first started, nobody knew about it. But the more you do, the more awareness you get, and it gets a little bit. It's still not big, but more people know about it. And considering baseball, I mean the K League and J Leagues are pretty big, so there's something close by there at least. You can sort of use to share with people and all that.
3, 2,